Good morning, Parkside. Welcome to this week's encouragement video. Thanks for tuning in. The last week or so, the weather has gotten a lot nicer, which has been just awesome. And I've been able to spend some time outside, and I've seen a couple of things just as spring has sprung that have some, I think, some clear spiritual lessons to them. And so I want to draw out two of them. The first one, this morning, I was out in the driveway getting ready to bring the kids into school, and I saw this little robin kind of hopping by. And this robin picked up a twig, picked up and flew off, presumably to the place where this nest is being built. And this twig was just so unimpressive. It was so small. It was it was short and it was not a big twig. It was just small and it didn't look impressive, but a bunch of those twigs together makes a incredibly durable nest that these birds will make their home in. They will have their new babies in. They're going to lay those eggs. They're going to protect them, and they're going to take off and fly and be on their way. And it just brought me back to the simplicity of a lot of things that we do for the Lord in daily mundane choices, to pause and pray and confess our dependence upon the Lord, in a reminder to spend just a couple of minutes reading scripture in the morning. A small and mundane way I say, I'm going to choose to reject selfishness in this particular relationship. I'm going to choose to put pride to death as I think about this scenario that I need to enter into. And it's those daily, small, on their own, maybe unimpressive looking twigs that build in our own lives character by the Spirit of God, and ultimately create a culture of discipleship where we're regularly embodying these kinds of disciplines. We're choosing to invest in others, to make disciples. That regular coffee with a brother or sister where you choose to read scripture. It doesn't feel terribly impressive, but it's just a twig that the little robin picks up, and God uses it mightily. So take a lesson from the robin. The second lesson comes from Monday night. I was doing a little bit of cleanup of some of the dead stuff in our landscaping, and so I was pulling out the old branches and leaves and all this. And we've got some ground cover type things. So I was pulling out the dead stuff. As I pulled out the dead, what I saw underneath it was this robust set of weeds already growing. Oh my goodness, these things have been growing for weeks, and I had no idea because the dead stuff was covering it. And it was a reminder for me that Satan and spiritual attacks are always happening, even when they may be covered up and maybe it looks like they're dormant or not doing anything. They're on the move. And so we are in a spiritual battle. And so Parkside today, I just want to encourage you with the reminder that one, God is using our little twigs and our small investments in eternity and in our spiritual formation to grow us into the image of Christ. And two, I want you to be aware that there is a spiritual warfare reality in all of our lives every single day. And sometimes we see it and sometimes we don't. But let's not miss sight of that. Let's not lose sight of it. Let's not forget about it. And remember that we need to trust in the power of the Spirit today. So Park said, two simple little encouragements from springtime lessons along the way. We know that there's God's truth everywhere, and sometimes it's just in the weeds and in the little robins running along. Park said, I love you. Hope you have a great day today. We're looking forward to seeing you Sunday as Pastor Jared preaches, and he talks about some of the things he learned on his sabbatical from the book of Jeremiah. I know you will benefit from being there and hearing what he has to say. Hope you make plans to do that. Have a great week. We'll see you Sunday.